Hello everyone and welcome to the show where after the collision we sift through
the wreckage.
The Wreckage. I am your host Jimmy T. He is my co-host, the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams, and we're live on Hammy Media Group's YouTube channel and of course channelattitude.com after the fact. Vet, welcome back to the Wreckage, just quietly, but what a crazy week it's been in pro wrestling, right?
Yes. I mean, it's been pretty crazy, I guess. Well, the wrestling itself has been the same.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that, but we'll get to that. But obviously, the elephant in the room is the immortal Hulk Hogan, who sadly passed away at 71 years old, just, midweek. And I'm pretty sure it was you and I discussing this the week before, where we're talking about Bubba the Love Sponge. Mm-hmm. And how, he was speculating, saying that he's really sick and he's got heart issues and whatnot. And what do you know? The guy was right. I don't know how he got that information and how that came out, but obviously they've got probably a lot of the same friends. But, he's criticizing Hogan's Circle for not being truthful, which I don't understand why, because knowing them, not that I know them personally, but I'm just saying for what they said, I'm pretty sure the PR team would have told him to not come out publicly and say that he's on his deathbed, because apparently he was in hospice at his home, ready to pass away, unfortunately, with his loved ones around.
Well, I guess in a way that's kind of fitting that they're trying to keep Hogan strong until the very end.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just crazy, man. Like for me, and I spoke about this, I guess kind of in length on the Smack Attack, and we got into it, the political side of things about, people calling him racist, other people not racist. Do you feel there's a bit of overkill when it comes to his death and people hating on him? Because there's a lot of hate still out there on him, dude, which I feel kind of disgusted about.
I thought it was a little bit surprising because I thought everybody would just be on him. And then whenever he eventually passed away, I thought people would be like, okay, well, let's just, rest in peace, whatever. You can have your feelings. You can have your personal feelings. There's nothing wrong with having your personal feelings, even though, you probably weren't personally affected by it. See, I think one of the things that, and I'm not going to, nothing I have to say about Hulk Hogan is really, I'm not going to throw my 2 cents in on any of that stuff. What I like to talk about is the fact that there's something to be said. And again, everyone's entitled to their own personal feelings. Like, you can't help your feelings, right? Whatever they are. It's just how you feel. That's why they're feelings.
I hate feelings, just quietly.
but I will say this. There is something to be said for the fact that, prefacing again, I'm doing my best New Yorker because I'm going to preface, this is by no means like condoning or supporting or making excuses or anything. All I'm saying is this. The private Terry Bollea that was captured on audio saying the things that he said, the world didn't see that guy. The Hulk Hogan character that we knew was sort of like a hero for everyone. His actions did not reflect the words that he said that day or on that tape. Right. His actions were always making time for the fans, no matter who they were. Always being, humble and grateful as far as those things. Like his scandals that he had in his life, a lot of them were just revolving around his family and his personal stuff, or like the political wrestling stuff. But the way he treated the people, the image that he was supposed to project, for the most part, he lived up to that for the fan side, So I don't think that's a reason why many people, still like said, I don't care what he said. Hulk Hogan was a hero to me. You know, like you've heard people say those sentiments as well. So I think it's important that even if he had those horrible feelings deep in his heart, but he still put out the image that he was everybody's hero, not just, you know, some people's hero. Right. I think that's important that he did that. And as far as like a wrestling character, you can't talk about wrestling without Hulk Hogan because, I mean, everybody of this certain age now that's alive, like that's a big reason why we're into it.
100%.
And even if he wasn't our favorite, right? Like maybe we like the Macho Man, or maybe we like the Ultimate Warrior, or maybe we like the bad guys like Roddy Piper or whatever. But Hulk Hogan was there at the center of that, pushing that into the forefront. Like I started watching wrestling right around when Hulkamania was starting. So like it wasn't I don't want to say it was 100% because of Hulkamania, but it definitely accelerated wrestling into my life at that point. Like it would have made me see it faster than maybe I would have. So the visibility that he brought to it, and then just becoming like a global sort of icon, you know, like, you know, going from just the Rocky III movie and then going to Hulkamania and then being that global superstar that's wrestler on the cover of Sports Illustrated when everybody was like still kind of laughing at wrestling at that point, you know, like those things are like, those things were a big deal. And it's hard to explain to somebody how big Hulk Hogan was if they weren't there. Like younger people that didn't experience it, it's a little bit hard to explain to them, even though Hulk Hogan's kind of always been around. So like they know who he is and they know he's famous. But it's like trying to explain like how famous Michael Jackson was or something, or the Beatles were or something. Like you can't explain it in words that people can understand. They kind of had to experience that. And we just don't like, we're not really going to get that. I don't think anymore. We never really had it since, you know?
I agree. I mean, me personally, and I said this on the Smack Attack, Hogan legitly, in my opinion, is one of those very few icons that transcended professional wrestling. Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking about like you got Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, you know, Michael Jackson even. I'll put Hogan in that category. You could go pretty much anywhere around the world, anywhere, even if they don't watch wrestling, they've heard of the name Hulk Hogan, especially during his peak years in the 80s, for example. I mean, am I wrong in saying that? I truly believe that. I truly think everybody around the world, no matter what country they're in, knows or has at least heard of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan passes like the grandma test. And what that means is like, because we talk about who's over, right?
Right.
And we talk about like icons and legends and stuff like that. We throw those words around and they kind of like, we kind of, I mean, the people don't really fit the bill that we use it for now.
Right.
You know?
No, we know.
Because it's just, I don't know, it's just different. I feel like fame is more spread out now, especially because of the internet and how people can get famous for stupid shit or doing nothing, basically. So like the fame is spread out, right? It's like, it's a little spread thin, but back at a certain point in time, 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, going back, like you really had to do something to be famous, like for the world to know who you were, because they couldn't just go to YouTube and see you. Like they would have to find out about you through other ways, word of mouth, newspapers, whatever, television, if you were getting that television in your country, whatever. Like these were things that, you know, that nowadays anybody can find out about anything immediately. So Absolutely. Fame doesn't mean as much now as it used to. And for a Hulk Hogan to take something that people thought was silly and be like a major, you know, he's basically like Atlas holding up the sky at this point. Like he's carrying this forward and making it like a global phenomenon, you know? And he's literally participating in that because he would go to Japan, you know, and work over there for New Japan and stuff like that. And so that part of the world knew who he was as like a whole different person before he even started Hulkamania.
No
you know, and then
doubt.
going back, and he's even more over now because of Hulkamania and these things. So, you know, it's hard to explain, but like, even to not just it's hard to explain his fame, but it's hard to explain Hulk Hogan. Like, how do you describe Hulk Hogan to somebody? Like, how are we going to tell people that have no idea who he is? Like, how are we going to explain that? It's not going to make any sense. And a guy like, and it had to be at that period of time too, because Hulk Hogan doing stuff like he was doing then today does not get over.
No,
that's why it can't be
absolutely not.
recreated. Like, you couldn't have another Hulk Hogan because people, one, the business is too exposed, and two, people laugh at baby faces and they cheer the heels and they cheer tables and stuff like that. So you're not going to buy into the prayers of training and the vitamin shit because that sounds corny now. But at one time, you know, all of his cartoon bullshit worked in the 80s when everything was cartoon bullshit. So it was like a perfect time for that. And he was the perfect guy with the perfect charisma and, you know, the perfect, you know, mental acumen and maturity level and all those things that went along with it. You know, you didn't really see Hulk Hogan have that, like, I mean, you saw the fame take a toll on him to some degree, but he didn't have like a collapse like a lot of young people that get a lot too much too soon.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, he kind of
absolutely.
stayed pretty well steady through everything, which is pretty crazy too. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just hard to imagine like trying to, you know, trying to explain that whole thing to somebody that wouldn't know. It's kind of difficult. But anyway, like I was saying, the grandma test. If my grandma knew who you are, you were over, because she didn't care about wrestling or know anything really.
Right,
the only
same
reason she
mine.
would have known anything about it is because of me. You know, like if I'm watching wrestling and she sees me watching it, or she goes she walks through the room or something, and you know, whatever. But she knew who Hulk Hogan was. And if my grandma knows who, you know, if she knew who you were over. That's over. That's really over. Not Seth Rollins, not Roman Reigns, not none of these people that they think they're over. Not even to a degree Dwayne Johnson, really. Like, Hulk Hogan he's the most over one now, but even in his, you know, whatever his heyday is, that's not Hulk Hogan's heyday.
No, and that's a fact. As a matter of fact, you know, everyone credits Austin as being the guy that sold the most merchandise. But guess what? Hogan still holds the record for selling out the most arenas till this day, still having the biggest gates. So, you know, that should tell you something. Heck, even Vince McMahon came out and said he is the best of all time. You know, for Vince to come out and say that, you know, usually he would say Austin these days, but he came out and said it, that Hogan is the guy. I know you could say, oh, well, it's easy for him to say it in death, but I truly think he means that. He really was an enigma. And for me, I'm not going to lie, it was Hogan. I was a Hulkamaniac growing up. It was Hogan that got me into professional wrestling in the first place. You know what I mean? And I never, like, you know how later on in the years, I'm talking about more the last 15 to 20 years, it wasn't cool to be a Hogan fan anymore, right? It's like Hogan, blah, blah, blah. But I never, you know, I always stuck by Hogan no matter what. I never denied that I was a fan of his for life, man. I really was. And I followed him through all the way from, I remember his AWA run when he was on the verge of winning his, you know, the world championship, but didn't win it. And if you remember, he jumped to AWA because of Rocky 3, because they didn't allow him, WWE didn't allow him to do the movie, but Vern Gagne did. So he jumped, you know what I mean? And then obviously he came back, and the rest is history. And then for me, not only was he the biggest babyface in the history of professional wrestling, but I truly believe he was the biggest heel in professional wrestling also, when he reinvented himself and reinvented the wheel in professional wrestling when the NWO started.
That's true. It's he was at two pivotal moments in modern wrestling history. You know, so
it's true, man. I mean, like I said, RIP to him. You know what I can't stand? You know me, sometimes I get caught up with some of the marktards online. But when I see false information, for example, like some people saying he was that much of a crappy person that he got Roddy Piper fired. He got Jesse the Body Ventura fired because, he ratted on him because of the unionization that Jesse the Body Ventura wanted for wrestling and whatnot. But the truth is, he didn't get Jesse fired. He didn't get Piper fired. He didn't get Sheik fired. Sheik got busted with coke with Jim Duggan. That's why he got fired. Jesse the Body Ventura left WWE because of money reasons and also about his name rights. That's why he jumped to WCW. And Piper, Hogan had nothing to do with Piper leaving. So I was seeing a lot of that false narrative. So I had to tell him, correct people. And I'm like, you guys do your research, man. Stop freaking talking shit, especially if you don't know what you're talking about. And then they still argue, no, you're wrong. I'm like, all right, just look it up, man, and you'll find the answer. So I can't stand people that do that. But in saying that, man, RIP to the immortal Hulk Hogan. It's still shocking for me. It's crazy that because, he's one of those guys that just felt like he'll be around forever. Seeing Ric Flair sobbing, though, the way he was, really got to me because you would have thought Flair would even outlast Hogan, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't be. I'm not really too surprised. I'm not sad. It's like, I mean, without getting into personal details,
right?
It's. I'm used to these kinds of things sort of coming out of nowhere and rapidly accelerating.
Dude. It's sad, man. It's true.
And Hulk Hogan at 71 has lived many lifetimes in one lifetime. So I can't say he was taken too young, because even if he was taken too young, he did more than most people ever do.
100%.
So he had he literally did have his run. It would have been, I hope everything, wasn't too bad for him at the end, but everybody's time comes, so I'm not sad about it. It had to happen sometime. But he definitely left a huge legacy. So, in some ways the immortal part isn't about him and his life. It's about, that character, that legacy, and what he meant to, professional wrestling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what's even more crazy, they say death comes in threes, especially with celebrities, like big name celebrities. Well, it happened this week. I mean, how many deaths were there this week? In terms of celebrities, dude. We had Ozzy Osbourne obviously passing away. Mm-hmm. We also had what's his name? Jeez, I forgot his name for some reason. From the Cosby Show.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
That's it. He passed away drowning, which is weird in itself. And then, of course, you had Hogan, unfortunately, after that. And, 2025 has been a bad year in terms of, deaths, man. And we're only halfway through, bro. So let's hang in there, man. But it is what it is. I just want to welcome the chat, too. I know you guys have got a lot to say in the chat, obviously. There was something I wanted to point out.
Thanks to the artist for joining us on a Sunday.
Yeah, he was meant to go to church.
Yeah,
and he actually came and joined us instead.
This is the only. I mean, I always tell him this is the only church that he needs is right here on the Wreckage.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, he was around for the Smack Attack too, so we appreciate you, artists, as well as everybody else, of course. But he says, as a black wrestling fan for years, I grappled with finding role models in wrestling to aspire to. Early days of Tony Ellis, Rocky Johnson, to Hogan, to Warrior, to Rock, etc. It's been a journey. I can understand that, where you're coming from. No doubt about it, man. But, it is what it is, man. But also, he says, more like Elvis, MJ is still relevant in today's day and age. Of course. Elvis is another one of those.
Well, the difference there, I mean, Michael Jackson is more famous, I think, than Elvis was, even though Elvis was pretty famous. But it's not necessarily because of Elvis versus Michael Jackson. It's just that Michael Jackson came around as a singles act, like right. As a solo act when MTV and stuff was really taking off. So like when Thriller came out and when Off the Wall came out, but especially Thriller, because Thriller he started having those music videos like Billie Jean, Beat It, like, Thriller itself, which is like a little short movie style video.
Yeah.
And like those things could go out to the world in ways that Elvis didn't really have, like Elvis
True,
had
right.
those movies and stuff like that. But, I don't know. They weren't really, it's not
Yeah.
quite the same. That's so, but just because of the technology of the time and the way the media was in the 80s, that propelled Michael Jackson to a level of fame that I think was even just like slightly above what Elvis was.
100%, man. And you're right, artist. He was iconic as a kid, also with the Jackson 5, no doubt about it.
Yeah, don't ever start off something rebutting something I said with the word no. Okay? That ain't, don't know me, artist. Don't know me.
Yeah, you know this. You don't know the best in the world. Come on, bro. No, but anyway, yeah. Look, like I said, we spoke about it pretty deeply in terms of what was going on, the racial stuff and all that. I'm not going to even get you to talk about that. Obviously, if you guys, I know most of y'all were like here for the Smack Attack, and we're all debating about his racial stuff and whatnot. And it was interesting because we all got we all had our opinions about it, and it was done without anyone getting upset with anyone. We're all speaking truthfully about it, and that's what I love about our listeners, man. You guys don't judge like other people do, which is absolutely awesome, man. But yeah, like I said, rest in peace to the Hulkster, man. And yeah, I mean it's crazy, but it is what it is. Now, Vet, I was telling you this off the air. I was telling you about The Rock. Now, I don't know if anyone in the chat has heard. I haven't heard no one talk about it, not even Meltzer. But I saw an interview, thanks to D, with, before I continue on, Prof says, Pastor Jimmy Minister Vet, the Church of Wreckage. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Testify. But anyway, I was talking about The Rock and how apparently he's got heart issues. Now, when I saw this, I don't understand how this is not being seen. I wouldn't have seen it if Dee didn't find it. I don't know how she did. But apparently, according to him, he actually has heart issues to the point where one of his valves is pretty clogged up. But from what I gather, he doesn't want to have surgery. It's almost like he's in denial. He's trying to get different opinions from everyone else. And, one doctor that was talking about this podcast in third person. So watching the podcast, the doctor's saying it's simple. Get off those steroids. Because he was denying it. On this show, he was saying that he's never done steroids, which is a fucking lie. I don't know why he's lying.
He said that?
He said that, bro.
Oh, come on.
I kid you not.
Dude.
He said that.
Of all the lies. Like, he could deny everything else. Like, when he's talking all that stuff, all the stuff that he's saying, you could say all that stuff you want. But look, you're right in front of us, bro. We see you. We fucking see you, man.
I swear, bro, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, he's lying, legit. Now, I don't know if that's denial. You know what I mean? Or I don't know why he's lying about it.
Yeah, it's literally denial. He's
Right,
denying it. He knows he did it.
Well,
he remembers doing it, and he's got to keep doing it, so he can't be denying it. He can't say, I've never done it, as he has to do some later.
So get this, though. This doctor that he was talking to, and what was his name again? Heine, something Dr. Heine. What was his first name, D? Oh, Hyman. Dr. Mark Hyman. Look it up for anyone that doesn't know about it. Like I said, this is an exclusive right here on HMG, on Wreckage, because no one else has spoken about this. So we've got the scoop right here. Go check it out. Go find it. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. The best in the world and the scoops right here. But this doctor seemed to be a marktard, bro, where he was just sucking up to The Rock while the other doctor that's watching this interview is just like throwing up, basically. Like, this guy needs to go and get surgery. He's going to die if he doesn't. He was explaining that his grandfather passed away in his early 40s, and there were signs of, he was in pain and all that, but, he didn't want to go to the doctors because, people can be stubborn, obviously. They just want to ignore the signs. What you don't know doesn't hurt, right? So he passed away young, from a heart attack, ironically. And then, of course, he's, Rocky Johnson, which he didn't die young. And I think, was it cancer? Or was it a heart attack with him? as well, maybe.
I don't recall.
Well, anyway, it was during the. Oh yeah, so I was right. Yeah, I think his old man did die from cancer initially, but that's not the point. The point is, there's something up with The Rock. He admits that he's got blocked valves, and that's dead serious. We don't know what the percentage is, but if he doesn't do something about it quickly, I'm afraid, he's not going to be around. So I'm wondering, do you think maybe, possibly, that's the real reason why he hasn't wrestled and he just hasn't come out with it in the open? Because this podcast seems very obscure. Like I said, no one knows about it.
I mean, I don't know why he hasn't done what he's done. If he's in denial about it, then he probably would have done it. So if he's not, if there's anything, if he gives this any credibility, then
it's tricky.
He would, yeah. If he give this any credibility, then yeah, he wouldn't wrestle because he believes it's serious. But if he thinks it's serious, why doesn't he want to take care of it? So he's probably just afraid. He's probably just afraid that something's going to happen. But that's the thing. Like, if it's a ticking time bomb and you're afraid to defuse the bomb because you think it might explode, it's going to explode anyway. So you have to try. That's my advice to Dwayne Johnson. I talked a lot of shit about him, but here's the thing. He's still a human being. I still care. If he's got blocked valves, that's probably nothing to do with steroids itself. But what the steroids do is they can enlarge your heart. Well, your heart has to work harder to make up for all the extra mass that you're putting on. Like it has to overwork and pump more blood to all this tissue. So you're adding ridiculous slabs of muscle to your body for no reason. What, just so you don't have to use CG for your Black Adam suit? Just stop it. Just stop it. So, and if you're not going to stop it, then you definitely have to get the surgery and unblock those valves, if that is what it is.
Well, that's what he says it is. So I'm just going by
what
he's saying, obviously.
It should be a simple procedure. I mean, obviously the Rock is not going to go to some quack back alley doctor to get this done. So he's going to have the best in the world working on him, making sure everything's okay. I just don't see, but it's like, I didn't know about the heart thing. Obviously nobody really did, but what I did see was every time he show up on TV looking ridiculous and sweating all the time from doing nothing. Like, that's a clear indicator that you're on way too much gas for no reason.
For sure, man.
That means your heart is working overtime and it's not getting paid for it. So definitely it's a deadly combination of, whatever genetic things may be wrong. And then on top of that, you're driving you're basically, you're trying to, you're just overworking yourself, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Zane's saying those arena lights.
Yeah, those arena lights are hot. They're the same arena lights everybody else is standing under not sweating. And he's sweating before he comes out there.
Okay, G-Ball says, watch out, Vet. I think Jimmy T is trying to get you two in the podcasters battle royal at SummerSlam. Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm for the taking. But you know what, guys? I will actually put the link in the chat. So if you guys want to check it out, and I'll send it to you too, Vet, because I want you to watch that and really give me a perspective about it.
Oh yeah, I definitely won't watch it. Not a chance. But if you have an article I can just skim real quick, then that'd be nice.
As far as I know, there's no article, man.
I'm
surprised.
Too bad. I'll just take everybody's word for it then.
I'll look though, just to be sure. But anyone, do us a favor and look up if there is an article. I just find it weird that we're the only ones talking about it, which is crazy and bizarre. So yeah, the exclusive is right here on HMG. But anyway, that was that. Also leading into, obviously we're talking about The Rock. Travis Scott apparently he's got a lot of heat with WWE right now, and allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but apparently they want nothing to do with him now.
Let me put this in terms that wrestling fans can understand.
I know, what a shocker, right? I mean, shit. I mean, fuck him anyway. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
if that's true,
people
whatever,
are
man.
people are reporting that this has to do with the Cody thing, which I'm sure that doesn't have
Really?
zero to do with it. But I've also heard somewhere that it's the fact that this guy is just half-ass at everything, and
That's
so
what I've
he's
heard.
once they see that he's not really taking it seriously, then they're like, well, I guess we're not doing it then.
Yeah, apparently he's a slow learner and he's not taking it seriously. Like, he turns up whenever he feels like it. Apparently, you know, he was scheduled to be at the performance center all week, but one day he'll turn up, then not turn up for 2 days. Basically, WWE is looking at it like this guy's not taking it serious, like, clearly.
Yeah, I don't understand. Look, there's a lot of people I just don't understand why they're a thing, and he's definitely one of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Like, I do not see the appeal. You play his music, I can't tell the difference between that and other people that do that same shit that he does.
Yeah, he's all auto-tune anyway.
Exactly. So it's like, if you're known for being auto-tuned, how do you stand out in a field of people that use auto-tune? Why listen to him over anybody else? There's nothing special about him. He has no discernible talent or charisma. So why he would ever do this other than just because it's somebody doing a favor for him because he's a mark?
Yeah, look, I would say he does have charisma though, because his fans are lunatics, bro. Like, legit, they kill themselves literally over him, and I'm not lying when I say that. That's a whole different story anyway. But yeah, screw him. They should have never done. Everything's a mess when it came to him, The Rock, and what was going on, you know, back then. But you know what? Good riddance, and who cares? But this brings a smile to my face though, Vic, because it was announced today that El Grande Americano, or is it Germano at this point, if you know what I'm saying, and Dominic Mysterio, and of course Dragon Lee, are all vying for the Triple A Mega Campeon, who's obviously El Higo del Vikingo. Could we possibly see, you know, Dominic become champion here in Triple A?
What a rib.
That would be hilarious, though. Tell me that wouldn't be hilarious.
It's, yeah, hilarious in a bad way. What speaking of Grande Americano, I heard that Travis Scott in 2K25 is being replaced by him.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
So not only is he not doing anything going forward, but they're going to try to pretend that they never did anything with him, which is
he's
funny.
being scrapped, totally scrapped, and being replaced by El Grande Americano. No, that's true. I forgot to mention that. And I see what you said there, artist, by using his shoot name, Jacques Bermond Webster II. He's lit. Yeah, that's his catchphrase, by the way. He always says that in his songs, in case you don't know. But yeah, look, I find all this, though, very interesting. I would love to see Dominic be champion, only because the heat he would absolutely get in Mexico would be something else, dude. Like, he was getting mega heat when he appeared. I don't know if it was yesterday, but it's due to happen at Triple Mania 2025, obviously. I thought there was already a Triple Mania earlier in the year, though.
They do multiples.
Oh, do they? Since when?
Years ago. I don't know exactly what year they started doing it, but they've been doing it for a few years now where they'll have like 3.
Wow, I never noticed that until now. And I've watched numerous ones.
Mm.
That's crazy. And thank you, Prof. You just said it. And I saw that one, Triple Mania on YouTube, August 16 coming up. But I saw the previous one. I guess we're getting another one, and you said 3. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But really, the news have been kind of pretty quiet, to be honest, man. Other than obviously what's happened with Hogan, and we spoke about The Rock. There's really nothing more to. Well, actually, this is TNA news, but I don't know if I should save it for you guys. I don't even know who she is, but Mara Sadie signs contract with TNA. Who is she? She looks Asian, dude.
Who?
Mara Sadie. Whoops. Marasade with a tone.
Sade? Is this no Sade? Ordinary love? Is this the sweetest taboo?
Okay, it must be Sade, but it's that's a H.
What? I don't know who it is. It's Jakara Jackson?
No, I don't even know who she is.
The chat is saying Jakara Jackson.
What? It doesn't look like it though.
Did she get a makeover?
Why would they change her name if it's Jakara Jackson, by the way? What's going on there?
Because, well, it shouldn't matter, but Jakara Jackson would be a WWE owned name, but like, I don't see why, I don't think they would sue her since they have a working relationship.
Actually, it is Jakara Jackson now that I'm reading it more into it, but it didn't look like her. She looks Asian in this picture, and I know she's not Asian, so I don't know what the hell's up with that. I'm talking about in the picture, J12, not right now. She's obviously, I know she's, Jakara Jackson is African American, is she not?
I don't know what she is. I just accepted her on my television screen without asking questions.
Well, she is. She's going to be in TNA, it looks like. I guess good for her. It's an eyeliner. I have no idea, man. She looks different. All right, look, I'll put up the picture. You tell me. Everyone wants to see the picture. I'm getting heat for this.
All right, but I'll be honest and say whether I would have recognized her or not.
You probably would because, you watched.
Well, TNA, if not, I'll be honest. You'll just have to trust me.
All right, let's see. Can you see, by the way, what I'm sharing yet? Oh, no, here we go.
Did you share it yet?
Does that look like her right there?
Oh, yeah, that's her.
Okay. Tell me she doesn't look a little Asian there.
I mean, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Well, anyway, I didn't recognize her, man, at first until I kept reading. So, there's that. There's her signing with TNA. Did she already make appearances in TNA, Vet?
Well, if that's from the live Impact, then yes, because I didn't watch Thursday's episode yet. So perhaps that's her first appearance already, but not before this. Nothing before Slammiversary.
Well, look, now everyone's saying she's probably mixed. It's the liner, this says, and really, really thick fake lashes. You can see her eyes because of it. Smoke show. Oh, God.
It's funny to think of so WWE will just release people, but it's like, but TNA is like, they'll sign people, but it's like, but you're not going to sign all of them. You're just going to sign some of them. And then it's like the ones you do sign, it's like, but now you still have to go and see people that you used to work with all the time because of NXT and TNA. So like she was in NXT, but now TNA signed her. So they just it's just a very weird thing to me.
It is weird. It is. I mean, do you think possibly,
it's their way of giving you a pay cut, but you still having a job. Sorry, you have to make TNA money now. NXT money's too much for you. We can't afford you anymore. And then TNA's like, oh, wait a minute. Well, I don't want to pay her either. They have to, it's like, we didn't want her. Oh, well, too bad. You got to sign her. Come on.
Can I ask, do you think truly in your heart of hearts WWE is eyeing on purchasing TNA at this point?
I don't know why they would. I don't know why they bought AAA. I don't understand why they would need to buy anything. They hold all the cards. They could do whatever they want. Everybody else just has to go along with it. They don't have a choice in the matter because they know what WWE can do if you're on their bad side. So anytime the WWE will say, "Hey, want to do this?" They're going to be like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. the H, sir." Of course they're going to go along with it. So why do you need to buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
True. I mean,
why do I need to take on all of the company debts or whatever? And if one more motherfucking Mark says tape library, I'm just going to consider you brain dead.
I never was. That didn't even cross my mind, actually. to
Not
be
you,
honest.
but
No, I know.
you see
I
that
didn't
every
think about
time,
that.
right?
Right, absolutely. You're right. 100%. Like, it's funny because that thought never crossed my mind. That's why I put it out. I know you weren't saying me, obviously. But you're right, because, again, the tape library now is pointless in many ways, man, especially considering they don't even have a network really anymore. They don't sell DVDs. They don't fucking sell Blu-rays. They don't do anything. So what money are they really going to make out of it?
No, and if TNA had some footage they could just ask for it and say, can we show this? And TNA shows WWE footage. They say, can we show this? Can we show this from the Rumble? Can we show this from NXT? Can we show this? And it's no problem.
Prof says, digital streaming library.
Give him a timeout. Give him a 5-minute timeout.
Nah. You know,
but the point is, you don't need to, like, if you let's say you bought something with the hopes of getting a tape library, and then you put it on your streaming service or whatever, but that's not going to make you any money it being on there, because no one would sign up for something to watch TNA footage. If they did, TNA would have a lot more subscribers because you could watch all their back catalogs on TNA Plus or whatever. So
that's true.
You're not going to go sign up for a Peacock subscription so you can watch fucking Bound for Glory 2012.
That was a bad Bound for Glory, just quietly. But you know what? What about the YouTube channel? Because that would make you, money.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, like, they're not going to, no.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I totally get where you're coming from too. But anyway, that was the news pretty much. Unless you want to talk about G1 Climax, I wish we cared more about it, but there's no point because there's nothing interesting. I'm looking. There's nothing, dude. There really is nothing other than what we spoke about. And anyway, we've spoken 43 minutes of news. I think it's time we put our gloves on and start sifting through some AEW Wreckage, because Vet, I was going to text you while I was watching the AEW shows, and
you want to quit the show?
No, definitely I don't want to quit the show. No, but you know what's weird, dude? How do I watch this show? Like, trying to watch it, Dynamite particularly, I don't know why I found Collision sort of better for some reason, even though it really probably wasn't. But Dynamite this week was so hard to pay attention to, dude.
I guess we'll just have to go over it and see how hard it was to pay attention to.
Well, let's do it, man. Zane saying the G-Spot climax. You'd love that, wouldn't you, Zane? Anyway, let's get into it. It was a bit of a blur.
It's Dynamite. It's Dynamite on Wednesday, and guess what, Jimmy? We got breaking news right off the bat. We got breaking news. There's going to be a tag team tournament leading up to Forbidden Door, Jimmy. Aren't you so excited?
But why? Why?
Because, Jimmy, I don't know why.
They didn't announce that the week before.
No, it's breaking news here on this Dynamite.
Cool.
Live on Dynamite.
Live on Dynamite. Actually, can I ask before we get into it?
Sure.
How did you feel about them not really acknowledging Hogan until Schiavone did?
Well, when did it happen? It didn't happen by Wednesday, did it?
It happened Thursday, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Well, Thursday is after Wednesday.
Oh, yes.
So that's why they didn't acknowledge it.
Right. Don't worry. I'll get back to that. Forget it. I forgot. Don't worry.
Okay. So the important thing to remember is that we got a tag team tournament. Okay.
That's all that matters at this point, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Renee is going to ask Hang Person, why are you going to have a match with Wheeler Yuta after, everything that's gone on or whatever bullshit she said? And he's like, well, I'm going to punish Wheeler Yuta is basically what he said, but he said it in a lame way. Yeah. And then MJF,
it was a perm and all. It was a nice perm too, Vet.
Oh yeah, it's the permiest. And then MJF came in and he taunted Hang Person, and Hang Person called him a gutless coward. He says he doesn't even care about his little cash in shit because
Well, you should.
So he basically just sort of like dismisses MJF and goes to the ring. We have our first match. It's Page versus Yuta. He hits a buckshot lariat in a reasonable amount of time. It was, didn't go too long like some things do. And then he takes the chain and continues to beat Wheeler Yuta after the fact and bloody him up. And then he's going to hang him. Person's going to hang Yuta.
Right.
But he doesn't do it because he just wanted to show that the Death Riders were not going to come out to save him and that they don't care about him and all the same stuff people have been saying to Yuta ever since he joined, and he still is not listening and no one cares.
Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't even care about this match. Cool, he bloodied him up because he's a violent, vicious cowboy vet. And he wants to
so vicious.
again. Vicious. Mm-hmm. He's more vicious than Zayn vicious. There, I said it. I said it. Right. Kenny Powers is in the house. Thank you for joining us, saying late to the gig. Hi, Jimmy T, Vet, and Gary. Was Gary a Hulkamaniac? Kenny wants to know.
Not particularly.
He was like, doesn't work for me, brother. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it, but shit, I tried.
All right. So this next part was Billy Starks doing a promo.
By the way, did I hear a cat in the background?
I don't know. Did you?
I heard a cat meowing. That was weird. Anyway, continue on.
Okay. So Billy Starks promo, and Athena's pacing around in the background with the Shark Week hat on.
So funny. Shark Week.
Yeah. So it's definitely Shark Week around here because we know, and we've seen some people in the audience also have these little hats.
I want to see all the wrestlers wearing them during Shark Week and attacking them like sharks.
Mm-hmm. And well, it's funny too because it's like when you see Athena in the back, like walking behind Billy while she's doing the promo, it's like a shark, swimming around, right?
Yeah. Oh man, you gotta love Shark Week.
Yeah. All right. So here's something exciting. In the first round of the tournament that we just breaking news found out we're about to have, it's FTR versus Jet Speed. And the professor demanded some copious notes about this match. So, damn it, I actually had to pay attention to this, which I really didn't want to, but now anything for the professor.
Absolutely.
So, so here we go.
Yes.
So this is just in the first 30 seconds of this match, or like a minute. FTR tried this new variation on the Shatter Machine where Axe will just hold the guy there, and I guess it was, and Cash will just come in and punch him repeatedly. Like, I guess that's a new version. It's a modified Shatter Machine where he just holds him there and Cash punches on either that or Kevin Knight blew the spot somehow. But whatever it was, I was just like, why is this already falling apart? Is this what he's taught? Is this why he wanted me to? Did he want me to take this apart? Like, because
that's his favorite tag team, mind you. Keep that in mind, Vet.
Yeah, no, I know. I can't understand it either, but yeah, like they're already fucking up in 30 seconds.
Wow.
And then they do a double dive spot on FTR, right? So like FTR goes to the outside, and then Jet Speed dives on him. But then FTR just gets back. When they get back in the ring, FTR just immediately takes back over, like no selling the dive spot. And
wasn't
let's
multiple
see.
Sharpshooters next at this point on one on the outside?
No, not even close. We're still in like the first minute or two of the match here. This is the very beginning of the match. I'm like writing a page of notes on the beginning of this match of how many stupid things they're doing.
That's
so
crazy.
They no-sell the double dive and take back over in the ring. And then you know how like you know how whenever there's like double teaming going on in tag team matches, whether it's tag team, 6-man, 8-man, whether there's $100,000, $400,000 on the line, no matter what. You know how like the referee just stands there while everybody just goes in the ring and just like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? I'm just the ref. Like everybody just does whatever for like 10 minutes and no tags and just everybody in the ring and quadruple down and, you know, all that stuff. Right. Well, here, Paul Turner hops down as FTR is kicking the shit out of Mike Bailey on the outside of the ring. Outside the ring. Kevin Knight he jumps down off the apron to help, and Paul Turner cuts him off. No, don't help your partner outside getting double teamed. You have to go stand on the apron. What? What? Man. When? Since when does a referee stop a babyface from helping on the outside? No, don't stop this on the outside. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I was going to just say, are they mildly retarded? What's going on here? Like, how does it...
Mildly?
All right, fuck it.
They're going to win. They're not going to win an Oscar because of how full they went. That's why.
The referees in AEW, man, are just... I don't know. They're useless, bro. Most of them are just totally useless. Have no idea what's going on. And like you said, so you're cool with the heels doing what they're doing on the outside, then you cut off the baby face while not doing anything to the heels anyway.
Right. We're not counting the fact that 3 guys are outside. We're not giving a 10 count. We'll just make sure to intercept Kevin Knight. And why Kevin Knight doesn't just push past him at this point? Like, you're not going to let Paul Turner stop you, right? He's feeble. Yeah. You're a young strapping man, you know? So,
well,
but guess what, Jimmy? Guess what though? Guess what? It doesn't even matter. You know why?
Why is that?
Because Mike Bailey just backdrops both of them on the concrete by himself. He didn't need help.
He doesn't need help. He's a speedball, bro. Come on.
He's a 4th degree black belt.
Yeah.
He doesn't need Kevin Knight to help him. It just would have been nice, you know, if he did. But you know, FTR, best tag team or whatever, they're just gonna say, yeah, backdrop us both. So he backdrops both of them. And completely kills the heat spot. This is why sometimes I get just a little bit hot.
You think?
I do it just, I need muffins sometimes for the entertainment value. Like, yes, do I really care? No, I'm dead inside. I died a long time ago. It's fine. God. So I'm doing some of this for the entertainment, but then every once in a while, it does sort of irritate me that this is what I left and this is how it got carried forward. You know what I mean?
It's sad, bro.
I left it up to you guys. I said, look, you guys, you're the future. You take care of the business. I'm stepping away. I can't. And it's exactly because I would have to deal with people like Jet Speed or anybody that says, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what would be cool if we did this? You know, like I want to do this. And I just have to sit there being like rubbing my temples like.
Would you literally do that in front of him? Like literally? You know,
I think
you probably would. You don't hide your feelings,
when people would bring up dumb shit that they wanted to do to me, I would either I think I basically did something like this. Okay.
So
and then I would either do it so that it would go badly and they would learn, or
yeah, I
would not do it, thinking like letting them think they were going to do it, and then I wouldn't do it, and then I'd say, "Oh, I forgot." Like it depended. It depends.
Right? Jerome says, "Why stress yourself out? Walk away." And you know, I can't help you with muffins. I was going to say, I'll offer you some shapes. These are nice. Ooh. You'll love these, by the way.
Ooh, shapes.
Very, very good. I'm telling you, you will love them 100%. But
so yeah, but so then I'm like, okay, so I walked away. I retired. I'm fine. I get to podcast with the friends, and it's cool and nice. I get to talk to you lovely people in the chat and everything, and just have a nice community and stuff like that. But then I just hear things like, FTR is the best tag team, and I just had to be like, ooh. To be like Clarence Williams III in Tales from the Hood, when they hit him and he's like, ooh,
That's funny. Yeah. But you know what's sad though? FTR should know better. Now I don't know if they're just phoning it in. They're probably not. That's the bad part. But it wouldn't. By trying to give them somewhat the benefit of the doubt, I almost feel like they just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Anymore.
They must not.
Because they can't be that stupid, surely, bro. I mean,
but when they had that match with the Outrunners,
that was great.
Who also came from OVW like me.
Right.
This dumb shit wasn't happening. And then they have a match with Jet Speed and this dumb shit is happening. So that makes me think it's not FTR that's the geniuses here.
Clearly.
And they never have been. Going back to NXT.
Well, shit. I mean, that's facts. I mean, and Prof says vet analysis just made this FTR match a classic.
Yeah, a Botchamania classic.
Shit.
Anyways, that's just the beginning of the match. And then in the middle, it kind of settles down and like FTR kind of gets some heat for a while and like it starts to be normal again. But then later, if you remember what I said earlier about Paul Turner getting down out of the ring to step in front of Kevin Knight and be like, don't help your partner. So later on when the Axe and puts the figure 4 on Kevin Knight around the post because he's a mark for Bret Hart.
Right.
And no other reasons. Not because it made sense in the match, not because they were doing anything particularly
to their feet
with the legs or anything. It's just, I'm just going to do this because Bret Hart does it. So while he's doing that, Bailey gets down and starts kicking the shit out of Axe, which he should, right?
Yeah.
But Paul Turner just stands there and watches it. He's like, I'm fine with this. This is okay now.
I know you've never been a real fan of Paul Turner, but is he really? I mean, he's always been pretty bad, even friggin' back in Ring of Honor, dude. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about the OG Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they have this guy as the senior official? Why can't they go out and actually get a decent official? Heck, there's Hebner's still around. Even a Kyoto. Go and get a Kyoto as your main referee, man.
They probably want too much, but I think that's the thing. Like Paul Turner might be one of the best ones still, even though he's this bad. That's what I mean. Like everybody else is so bad too.
In this case, yeah, I can agree with you because all the rest of them are absolutely shocking. I mean, completely.
Or if he's not that bad, then he just doesn't care either. He's like, well, I'm not going to argue with anything they do. I'll just do whatever because I don't care. So he might know better and just go along with it. And who could say? Like if you're in that position.
So does that go all around to the whole? Anyway, look, I'll get back to that. But
yeah,
please.
Let's worry about that later. So they also do a they're all 4 in the ring, and they're on their knees and they're doing a very very slow bouye spot. They're doing the spot where you start on your knees and fight to your feet because that makes total logical sense. The more I hit you, the stronger you get and the more you stand up, right? And Paul Turner also just watches that go on without even trying to count. No 5-second count. I'll just watch you guys slowly trade forearms boringly. And then, so the match did, in their defense, the match did get a "This is awesome" chant. And that's because they were kicking out of stuff. So if as long as you kick out of a lot of stuff, and this is true for WWE matches too, if you kick out of things, eventually people will chant "This is awesome."
How weird is that, right? It's actually kind of weird, man. But anyway.
And then to top it all off, I actually liked the finish of the match because they did a roll up, but he reached out and grabbed Stokely's crutch for leverage. So it was like a good finish on top of a shit match. So it was extra annoying. Like not only did you have a whole bad match, but you had a good finish on it. So like I was just you can't even do things wrong right. I was very upset.
Wrong right. Oh jeez, I can imagine. Of course they will. Come on, Josh.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely will. But see, part of me feels like, could they possibly be? Look, they're probably not. But do you think they, deep down, do you think they might want to go back to WWE? I mean, initially they did with all the Punk situation and all that, right?
I don't know what they want.
I don't think they even know what they want at this point.
Yeah, because they're sort of in no man's land. If they look at what's going on with tag teams at WWE.
So that's a disgrace over there, dude. What's going on right now?
They're just throwing people in 4-ways and just like,
what
are the Motor City Machine Guns doing? You had the Motor City Machine Guns. What the hell do you want FTR for? And they can't even use those guys, right?
Dude, it's getting smaller and smaller when you think about it, right? In the tag team divisions worldwide, in every promotion, it feels like.
Somehow Gargano and Ciampa are still holding on to a job for as long as they can. It's just...
The Triple H guys, man.
So I could see them being like, well, we can make money here and kind of do stuff. But if we go to WWE, we'll be busier and we won't be doing stuff. So I don't know what they want. They're the kind of marks that might just prefer to have the creative control over their matches. Maybe that's important to them. Since they're just going to be
psychology, first of all.
Seriously. Well, I guess, but so also before I forget, while I was thinking of SmackDown, because Josh asked me earlier, what do I think about Julia with the manager? Well, I like that it fits because it's Kiana James, who I like, and she's been gone for a while. First, she got her tits done, then she got injured. So
she was gone?
Yes. Well, those are the two reasons. And
the 2 reasons, right?
The 2 reasons. 3 reasons. 3 reasons why she was gone.
Right.
But I like it because Kiana was playing like a businesswoman, kind of like so yeah, you could or as Ben Hameen called her Big Purse, like Russo and Stevie and Ben call her Big Purse. And they kept saying, "Where's Big Purse?" Well, Big Purse is back. She's with Julia. Look at her trademark. So it's a good pairing because she can talk for Julia a little bit.
Does she need to though? Because Julia,
no,
for a Japanese,
she doesn't need to. But
pretty good.
She doesn't need to. But I'm looking at this like, but Julia or Kiana James needs Julia because if not, she's just some random chick on the roster again. Right, so this is good for Kiana too because she was about to get lost. So now this gives them both something. It actually is complementing both of them. It's not as random as it looks on the surface. So I like that. So that's what I think, just to answer the question.
I was going to ask, I wish you were here on the Smack Attack yesterday because MSG absolutely doesn't understand the hype with Julia. And I'm like, what? I go,
did you tell him look at her?
I didn't say that, but even if I did, I should have though. He'd be like, "Yeah, and what is she? That's who is she? What is she?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think WWE's getting their value out of her yet. So they just need to, they just need to get on that. But anyway, that's a different show. So we're still here at this match, kind of, because after the match, Stokely grabs the microphone and he says that Adam Copeland belongs in prison. He says he's a cancer.
Well,
yeah. So far, no lies detected.
I'm serious. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
Jeez.
So of course here he comes, and then Stokely says, "Cut his stupid music," which is great. And then this is the point where Adam Copeland says that he knows he can't, he's not allowed to, put hands on FTR or anybody else, right? But he made a business deal, and there are some people that can do that. So guess who comes out?
Well,
you don't have to guess. You know who comes out.
Yeah, well,
a business of hurting people.
And boy, did they start hurting people. I mean, and they were pissed, bro. They were angry in this whole show, just in general. And we'll get to what happens a little bit later on, which I'm still a little confused about. But anyway, yeah, they come out and they hurt people.
They are
And
people.
but Stokely, where's his didn't he have the AEW security team with him? The two
Yeah,
big guys?
he had security there, and then Copeland tried to spear him again because I guess he's still allowed to touch Stokely, but Stokely, I guess, pushed a security guy in the way and ran. So he ended up spearing a security guy instead.
But they're two massive dudes, bro. Like, come on.
Well, you got to sell for this legendary Hall of Famer with bad leg, and he's old, and
I can't stand him anymore, dude. I've got an autographed Edge card from back in 98. Like, literally, from 98. I think I want to sell it, bro. Well, I can make a bit of money. I'm over him. That's it.
Hey,
I'm going to put it for sale, $200.
a bit of money's good.
Why not?
We get a matriarchy promo. I don't remember what they said.
Neither do I, but I'm confused. Like, why is Kip Sabian, like, why? I don't understand with Kip Sabian. I like how Wayne is becoming kind of the leader of the group sort of thing. And he's starting to come into his own. I'll give him that. He's talking more. He's starting to show a lot more things, but with Kip Sabian, do we need him around there? Wouldn't it be better just for him and his mum to sort of do this thing?
Maybe.
In my opinion, I just think it would work better. Like, Kip Sabian is just, on the verge of really getting released eventually.
I mean, Kip Sabian's making it seem like this is part of his master plan. So it's kind of weird if he's just not there for some reason, but yeah, it gives them a chance to just be like, to just continue being like a group, I guess. Or they don't know what else to do with Kip Sabian is probably the real reason. That's probably like the main reason he's there. Just don't know.
Well, the artist has got a request, by the way, Vet. I don't know if you can read that or you want me to read it.
He says, on a side note, I need you to do a Comic-Con show. You're perfect for it. Not Ben or RBV, though. They think the X-Men suck. What do you mean a Comic-Con show? Do you mean like a special HMG episode? Or do you want me to go to Comic-Con and be on a panel?
Is it in?
I don't think I'm over enough for that.
California?
Yeah. It's only a 10-hour drive.
Have you gone to any other Comic-Cons? Oh, okay. Fair enough. What, to LA?
Well, the San Diego one is like the main one.
San Diego from Sacramento, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
10-hour drive.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty far, but no. HOG episode. Well, I don't really care, but I appreciate that you would think of me. Don't worry. I mean, I don't really think the X-Men suck. So at least there's that. I can interview Lab Rat. Yeah.
Where is Lab Rat, actually? He's gone MIA this week, I've noticed.
Well, he's busy at Comic-Con this weekend.
Oh, okay. So. I didn't actually know that. Shout out to Lab Rat.
All right. So Will Ospreay is walking. Then we watch another Moxley short film. See, like I said, remember when I said him losing the belt? That's not going to change anything they do. It's still going to be the same old shit.
Right. We both said, I said that too. Nothing's changed. Really, nothing has changed, even though they don't have the belt. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. These are all just crap.
So here comes Ospreay, and he's here to give us an update.
This is
long story short, and it's definitely a long story short because he takes a long time to ramble, but he says his neck is fucked, and is
this legit, Vet, by the way? I'm not sure if it's legit or not, man. I've tried looking it up, but I can't really get any information about it.
Well, if it's not legit, then what else is he doing instead?
True, and I hate the fact that he comes out like a total bum. Let's be honest, man. You're gonna walk out like that. Like I'm sick of seeing wrestlers sort of doing that. I know in WWE they don't really do it per se as much, but in AEW, speaking of AEW,
the whole AEW just showed up. Hi AEW.
Literally, as I was bringing it up.
So
yeah, just have some.
Well, like we know Samoa Joe is not really hurt, so he's gonna go do something. So I just whatever. If Will Ospreay's not hurt, he probably is.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing. That's why, and I had vibes that he just felt like he was just talking shit. But then again, maybe he's not. I don't know. But there's no information really about it.
Well, anyway, he tells the Death Riders basically it's going to be an eye for an eye. Like, I'm going to fuck up all your necks when I get back. And then he goes to leave, and then Swerve daps him up, and they're all best friends there. And then we get a vignette. Could we be seeing the Dark Spider?
Well, we do have a new crew right now at this point.
Right. Well, at this point in time that we're at, we don't know that yet.
Right. Well,
so we don't know what we're getting, but we see the Dark Friends with a certain toxic spider. So
yeah, interesting. And like I said,
Dark Friends.
I love that.
It's quite dark. That is.
That is very dark.
So Renee asks Willow, "What's next?" And she says, "Tekla." Okay, so that's what's next for Willow. And then both Renee and MJF question that business deal that was just made with Mr. Cope. And at this point, Bobby grabs up MJF and is like, "Look, man, I don't need your permission to do anything, and I didn't want you here, and I'm about to give you a thumbs down again," or something like that.
That was scary, bro. I mean, if Lashley came up to me like that, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'll never do that again." But do you feel, I don't know what's going on with this, but if it is the beginning of the end for MJF in the Hurt Syndicate, don't you think it's a little too soon? And what was the whole point of this?
Yes, it's too soon. We've barely had any fun with this at all.
What fun? What was the whole point? If they are already going that way, what was the point in the first place?
Same thing that's the point of everything else, just so they have a TV show to do.
I guess because of AEW, it just doesn't sit well with me. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully, they may not be going that way already.
Yeah, no, right. I'm hoping that's not and they're probably not. But it just, why would you go that far too quick? Because MJF is going to hold that grudge anyway. And eventually he's going to turn on them because of that reason, right? So we'll see.
Well, yeah, but it's like, here's the problem. People enjoy the Hurt Business, right? Oh, God. Did Scott Woodford show up? Well, anyway, the problem is people enjoy the Hurt Business because heels don't mean anything anymore. But they also enjoy booing MJF. So MJF is now with the Hurt Syndicate. I keep calling them the Hurt Business. I can't help it.
Yeah, no, me too. Don't worry.
All right. So if you whatever you do here, if you turn MJF on the Hurts, that's a lopsided babyface versus heel dynamic.
Bad, dude.
Like they're just going to kick the shit out. Well, they could kick the shit out of him anyway. It's not like they need him to turn on them. So so like, I don't see what would be the point of that. But if you turn them on MJF, they're not going to be heels either. So
I know, weird.
There's really nothing to do but keep them together until you finally figure out what you really think is the best way to go. You just have to keep them together.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why they had to go so hard so fast already, if you know what I mean. But
right. They went from 0 to 100. All of a sudden, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden, Bobby Lashley grabs him up against the locker.
Like I said, bipolar booking this company, dude. It's really, I mean, how else do you explain that? Anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't like it because, like you said, even if they were to turn, why do they need, like, you know what I mean? MJF, look, they can just turn on MJF even if he attacked him. You know what I mean?
It doesn't even make sense why MJF would be upset, other than he'd be like, when were you, he could have, when were you going to run that by me? Because then it would have been better for him to, like, see, I wanted him to be out there kicking the shit out of him with the guys.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. But,
like, it should just be that, especially for a little while. Like, he should just be in lockstep with the Hurt Syndicate. Everything they do, he's part of the team because he worked so hard to get into the team.
Right. Exactly.
So, like, if they're going out there and they got money to whoop somebody, then you would expect him to want to whoop them and get the money, right?
Absolutely.
So we should be seeing that kind of stuff. Or if he wants to say, like, oh, how come you didn't tell me about this, Montel? And he's like, oh, well, you were busy. I didn't want to bother you. And he's like, oh, okay. And then that's like a little seed of something, but it's not over the top.
But it's enough to like fuck with your head, if you know what I mean, slightly.
So,
anyway, we'll see what happens with that anyway.
Yes. So Athena is up in the balcony here at this weird sort of like, what is this weird place in Chicago they have? It's just like this medieval times looking place where everybody's sitting in a castle. Like, what is it? We haven't talked about it. We have not talked about this venue in the couple weeks that we've been doing it. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? Is this like some sort of like mini golf place?
Mini golf place. Actually, it's known for boxing more so than anything. The Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. No shit. I've seen boxing matches. Why is it a castle? The past. I don't know. What's even more weird? Why is there roofs under a roof? If you know what I mean.
I don't know. I'm not saying it looks bad. Weird. I'm saying it's funny.
Yeah,
because like Athena's just up there. The thing, she looks like Rapunzel.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say. Do you remember Double Dragon at the end of the game?
Oh,
where you see the boss sort of on the balcony, sort of thing. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. But I don't know why that came into my head. But what you said is spot on, bro. Like that's much better. But the artist is right. I've heard people say, love it. It's the Hammerstein Ballroom of the North. I've heard numerous people actually say that about that joint. Look, it looks cool. But again, it's kind of weird though. I mean, how many people were even there? I mean, does it look like it could even hold 1,000 people? To be honest,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But a
castle can hold a lot of people.
Well, yeah, but it only was like 2 rows at the front, and there was a lot of dudes. I like the balcony area. I reckon that would be pretty cool, especially if there's bars up there. You know what I mean? You can get some alcohol, whatever, and just chill, on the balconies there. I think that's pretty cool. I just don't understand why it's a building within the building sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know either. It just looks like some kid should be having a pizza party there for their birthday or something.
Pizza party.
Yeah,
and we have Barney also there.
Well, what is happening there is the party that's happening there is it's Tony Storm versus Billy Starks here because she's got to go through the minion first.
We forgot to mention Tony Storm's little promo backstage. That was kind of funny, bro.
No, I don't think we missed it. I don't think it happened yet.
Didn't it happen right before the match?
No.
Okay, interesting. I could have sworn. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
if it did, I forgot to write it down, so I apologize. But regardless, so this is the match. It's a modern match. This is the kind of match that people from today have. It ends with a chicken wing. Artist knows exactly when it happened.
Oh, it happened after the first match. Second. Wow, that soon? Okay. Well,
that was the Billy Starks promo. Did Tony Storm do a promo right after that?
I don't remember it being that early, but if the artist says so, I mean, I guess it was.
Well, he's often wrong. So anyway, regardless,
that's fine.
Doesn't matter. The match ends in a chicken wing.
Yep.
And actually, it ends in a belt shot. Because they, Billy gets the belt, hits her with it, shit cans Aubrey. Athena uses the title shot both physically, and she's about to use it actually and cash it in. But Alex Windsor runs down and beats them both up. So
why though? Like, what the hell?
Well, I don't know, but maybe it's just that English sisterhood.
Wait a minute, she's not English, Tony Storm.
Hey, wait a minute, you're right.
What the fuck? You confused me there.
Well, I mean, Australians are all deported English people.
You're all
criminals.
Sure. Winter
criminals
also
based
is Australian,
in
bro. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that.
Oh, what do you know? Artist said I was right.
Wait, you were right. Hello? Best in the world.
Right.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. I was just looking up something. I wanted to know where Winter is actually from. Oh, she's a German-born wrestler. Funny enough.
Yeah, but she's English.
But she's English background, born in Germany, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. Sorry, Josh. I mean, I was literally looking her up, so I didn't see you doing what you're doing until I came back. And I'm like, oh, shit. I missed the spot. To the point where I'm like, am I still there? Is anyone hearing me?
Well, anyway, we'll put a pin in this sort of deal because it's going to come into play later. Next is Swerve versus Echise.
I love Hechicero, but Swerve made me laugh too how he was doing the sorcery thing as well. I mean, come on. I mean, why wouldn't you?
And he had no blue this time.
He didn't. I still don't understand what was up with the blue last time.
Well, he got rid of it. Apparently, he didn't like it either.
Well, he should get it. He heard the show. But you know what, man? Hechicero, the more I see him, man, the more I like him, bro.
Of course.
I'm starting to really dig him even more and more.
He's the best.
He's cool, man, for sure. Artist, you're right. German, English, it's all the same. Pretty
Yes,
much.
all white people are the same.
You know, it is what it is. The Germanic peoples, I mean, Germanics turn into Anglo-Saxons. I mean, come on. But anyway.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
But this match is not all the same. Well, actually, it was different because I was just assuming, like, oh, God, Hechicero's just going to do a job for Swerve Strickland. So predictable. But it actually was that Lance Archer just came in and started kicking the shit out of Swerve to cause a DQ. So that's good. Like, use that sometimes. You know?
Yeah,
use a DQ
absolutely.
sometimes. Sometimes you don't have to beat somebody into pulp every single week. Sometimes they can actually just get saved. It's great.
Do you feel like is he? Oh yeah, he did sign. I forgot because I said it last week. Hechicero is actually officially part of the AEW roster as well. He's multi-contracted to both CMLL and
So now
AEW.
he's in the family or La
That's
Familia.
right. La Familia of AEW, really, not just the Callis
Or with
family.
the Don Callis Familia.
Right,
Is really
that's what
we're
I
talking
said.
about here.
Second.
So then Brodito runs out to sort of fight back the Don Callis Familia. And then Okada appears out of nowhere and hits Swerve with a chair. And then he's going to go and give him the tombstone on the chair. But then Swerve stops selling the chair shot and gets out. And, he's about to Pillmanize Okada. And then Okada escapes.
As he should. Are you looking forward to this match that apparently got planned between these two? There's no reason.
In as much as I look forward to seeing the best wrestler anytime he's working with somebody.
I know, but I just love how AEW, the way they start building a story is just random. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just happens and then that's that.
Yeah,
you know?
it's all variations on the coffee
Yeah,
match where you
for
run
real.
into each other at the coffee machine backstage and, hey, I don't like you either. Let's have a match. Except people will just attack people and, at least with this, there was because of Swerve costing the Young Bucks their jobs, like that's a reason why Okada's not happy about it. So
Yeah, I think Okada is going to be the only guy that probably goes undefeated in AEW, like completely, once his contract is up. I don't see him even losing to Swerve.
he might. I mean, he's been defeated.
Has
So
he?
it's
Are you
not
sure
like-
about
yeah.
that? Because in 2025, I don't think he's lost a match.
Well, he won the Continental Classic, but he didn't go undefeated in it.
True. Then why did they say? I remember last week he was 25-0 for 2025. Last week, sorry,
Well, yeah, but that's this year. But he's been there for how long?
2 years, I think, at this point. Would you say, give or take, maybe longer?
It's fine. It's not important. Here's what's important. Alicia, I don't know why she gets chosen sometimes. Like, she spends a lot of time doing nothing because they have Renee and Lexi. But here's Alicia. Alicia's with Ricochet and the GOA. You can just call him the GOA now. You don't have to call him Gates of Agony anymore. You can just call him GOA.
It's better, probably, though, to be honest.
No, it isn't, because everybody's just going to ask what that stands for. So, anyways,
come on.
Ricochet says, you're going to respect us or fear us. Haha.
I mean, what can you say about Ricochet, man? Again, It took me a while to understand what he was doing, but I'm loving his work, man. I just feel like are they cooling him off a little bit though, slightly?
Yes.
Why? Why do you do? Why do you
Same
do
reason
that
they do it to everybody.
That's what I was going to say. Why do it to these hot guys, the ones that actually gain traction, and then take it away from him a little bit? I'm not saying they're totally doing it with him, but I'm starting to see little signs where I don't know, man. This is what's frustrating about this company.
It's just because you like everything is accidental.
That's what's weird. Everything is accidental.
Like
bro.
I think Tony, when he's coming up with these things, I think he lays it out, right? And he's probably written his stuff out, like how he wants things to go. And if something gets over in the middle of that he doesn't account for, he'd have to change too much about it, what he's already planned out. So like, that's why stuff can get hot on its own and hotter than he thought, but he's already planned out what's next for that and what's next for that and what's next for that. And he's not changing it enough if it gets hot. Maybe that's maybe part of it. I don't know, but as long as you get these little things like this just to keep it fresh in people's minds, that's better than them disappearing off TV for a long time, like a lot of people do.
Like Pac. What happened to him? He's not part of the Dick
Well,
Riders anymore?
Remember Pac broke his ankle or whatever after
you're right.
When he had that match with
I forgot. You're right, yes. Wasn't it like from a baseball?
It was a swerve. It was actually a swerve, if you remember.
Right. You're right, dude. I forgot about it, man. I totally
fucking broke his leg and like finished the match and then fucked off. And hopefully he's recovering.
Hopefully. But it's like, are we ever going to see Wardlow again, even, for example, like ever?
Wardlow's on that American Gladiators thing.
I haven't watched it, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, nobody's watched it because it hasn't come out yet, but that's what he's going to be on.
And
the one with the Miz
is hosting, right? Exactly.
Yeah. There's a couple of wrestlers on there, but anyways, MJF comes out. He says he doesn't need Bob. He'll beat Hang Person without the contract, fair and square, or with the contract, whatever. Like, he'll do it. And then Mark Briscoe comes out and he cuts his promo, and then he's like, how about me and you next week? And MJF is like, no. And then we take the long way around to get to where we got the last time these two faced off in a word battle. And
kind of pointless.
Right. So as soon as he starts talking about Jay, then Mark runs down, and actually here's what I don't like about this. Obviously you got MJF here. Okay. I'm eating. You got Mark Briscoe here. I'm eating. But then you have MJF yapping and yapping and yapping for minutes while Mark Briscoe just has to stand there and listen. And then he has to wait until not only does he bring up Jay Briscoe, but he has to say the thing again. And that's the thing. Like, the moment he says Jay, Mark might as well just run down to the ring right there, because he already knows what's coming, but he still waits for him to say it for like 2 more minutes or whatever that he keeps talking about it. So it's just, you don't want to make your babyface just stand there with his dick in his hand. You have to like get to the damn point a little bit. So anyway,
it's frustrating, dude, because these two know and are so much better than what we just saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This could have been a great fucking feud for AEW. Like, when I say great, like almost generational for AEW, if they actually played it right, where you could, it'll be one of those feuds where you remember and pointing out. But again, they just don't know how to do certain things, man. They just don't. And they always go back to the same old shit. They lean always back on Hangman or Mox at this point.
Well, even so, you still need something on the undercard to keep people interested. And this could have been that. And it looks like it still will be.
Right.
But again, like to your point, not as good as it could be. So, but shame, who knows? Dude. Maybe something will change. Maybe
by accident.
Yeah, by accident. Maybe something will change by accident.
That's
but anyways,
you gotta hope.
And just on a side note, I don't know if anybody watched Happy Gilmore 2.
Everyone's talking about it. I haven't watched it yet, but should I watch it?
So god awful bad. Nobody watch it. If you were gonna watch it, don't. Here's the part where Lawrence comes in and says, hey, I liked it. It was nostalgia for me. I'm just saying, or whatever he's going to say. But it sucked. For everybody else, it sucked. Don't watch it. Especially don't watch it. Don't watch it if you're expecting something from MJF. You're not going to be entertained by anything he does. He's barely in it. Don't watch it for Becky. She's barely in it. She doesn't say,
Really?
see, there you go.
Well, the artist loves it, apparently.
Right. So right off the bat, so you can get a baseline of his sense of humor and whatever. It's the most cringe bullshit I've seen. And that's saying a lot coming from Adam Sandler, who does nothing but cringe, awkward bullshit
I'm over
now.
him, dude, at this point. He's not the same as he used to be back in the day, man.
Terrible.
He just isn't.
Terrible.
I'm gonna
9
take
thumbs
your word
down.
for that. Wow. That really, like, is that bad? I know you're exaggerating.
Don't
but
watch it.
I'm not. Now that you said it, I'm definitely not watching it. Fuck it.
Never watch it.
But
Especially don't watch it expecting something from the wrestlers. Like, don't expect anything from Becky. Don't expect anything from MJF. They're not even worth your time. Like, if you were going to do it just to check them out, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. I promise you. No good lines, nothing.
Really, does movies suck that hard right now, dude? Is there any?
I dare you to watch it. I dare you to watch it.
No.
Okay.
Now that you said that, absolutely not. But can I ask you, is there any decent movies right now, dude, that you could recommend?
No. Anyway, moving on.
I believe that too.
So Max runs away as, Mark Briscoe charges the ring. But Claudio comes in because the main event is Mark Briscoe versus Claudio Castagnoli. So they seamlessly go into the main event. Now, these guys have got to have known each other for many years and had many matches together from Ring of Honor to all around the world and everything. And even here in AEW, they've had several matches together, feuded over the Ring of Honor championship and all this stuff. And in the AEW era of Ring of Honor, these guys have been going at it.
Have they? I never noticed. I never saw that. So
I'm pretty sure when Mark won the Ring of Honor championship, wasn't it from?
It was off Castagnoli. I think you're right. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
for quite a while, dude.
Yeah,
before that, you're right.
And they even did some good promos. Even Castagnoli did some good promos back and forth with him there. But
Castagnoli now is nothing, bro.
Whatever that was, and then whatever this was not that. If that was Happy Gilmore 1, this match was Happy Gilmore 2.
Ooh,
not
really?
that good.
Not
These guys have both been better. It was kind of sloppy. It was just a little bit, just like it was like two, sometimes when two guys that know each other really well in the ring get together, they can put in no effort and it'll still be a damn near classic.
Right.
These guys can put in no effort and it'll be like a no effort match. It just didn't look that good. Not that exciting. Basically going through the motions. No offense. Sorry guys. I love you, Mark.
And
I don't love you, Claudio. And then the finish is a small package anyway. So
the good old package.
Can't even beat him with the finish. And then the Death Riders come out for the post-match beating. And then Hank Person comes out and he says, "Hey, I'm going to give you a rematch next week, Jon Moxley." And he says, "But this time it's going to be with my rules." And I was like, wait a minute. Weren't you the one that picked Texas Deathmatch when you were the challenger? Like, what do you mean this time, asshole?
I don't see, again, I hate this retarded type of shit, man, because you're right. It was him that picked that. And if you remember, Moxley said no at first. I'm talking about the all-in match. And now it's my turn. But it was always your turn, you fool. You know what I mean?
That's what he said, so I'm just pointing it out. But this time, it's his rules, and his rules say everyone's banned from ringside.
Yeah, no.
So it's a continental classic match.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're gonna get some sort of shenanigans. Someone might debut, possibly. This is the good old time where Tony loves turning off the lights, and then someone appears in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Could we possibly be getting that? Probably not.
You said banned from ringside. You never said they couldn't teleport into the ring.
Exactly. Yeah. See, something stupid like that is going to happen.
Darby Allin can he could come straight down. It wasn't ringside. It was straight from the ceiling.
Yeah, I came from the ceiling. Well, we do see Darby too, but anyway, we'll get to that. But it was just a match going through. I hated Dynamite, dude. I really couldn't get into it, man. I was just dazing at it, and I was, like I said before, I was going to text you saying, dude, is there something wrong with me? Why can't I I don't know. I was watching it and it just wasn't like.
It was a very mid episode. We've seen much worse Dynamites. We've seen much better
definitely.
Dynamites. It was quite in the middle of the road here. Just a lot of It was especially disappointing the week before because we were coming off All In and we wanted to see what's next in the follow-up, and they basically just jerked us around and didn't finish. So, it's like,
right? Yeah, no, it was just one big tease, bro, and yeah.
It wasn't even a real tease. Like, if you ever had a hand job that's so bad you couldn't even get it up.
Oh, that's
like she actually was trying and just failing. Like, damn.
Especially when it hurts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was last week. This was like, man, she picked up a trick or two. Maybe she watched a YouTube tutorial or something. She watched a JOI video or something. I don't know.
Is there even such a thing? There probably is. Fucking hell.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe it's probably not allowed on YouTube, or at least maybe they have to use stand-in materials, like a cucumber or something.
Nah, that's funny. I don't know why I've got red from that.
Well,
I'm getting embarrassed now for crying.
He's embarrassed. Jimmy the prude. All right. Well, guess what? Yeah, that's the most important thing. So we're now at Collision. We're kicking it off with a TNT. Wait, is it a TNT match? Yeah, TNT title match.
Oh yeah, it was. We dusted it.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Dustin Rhodes and Lee Moriarty.
Oh yeah,
Sherlock Holmes' greatest adversary.
Where does Moriarty again? I hate these again. The random matchups. Why is he number one contender though? You know what I mean? Like,
he must have had a good run on Ring of Honor.
I didn't know that it also involves AEW championships over there, but I guess it does.
I guess it does.
I guess.
Wasn't Lee Moriarty like the pure champion?
Yeah, that was ages ago now, though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
he could still be, for all I know, because I don't watch. But I know that Dustin spends a lot of time over on Ring of Honor,
right.
And so, like, if they ran an angle over on Ring of Honor and it carried over into this, maybe that's why. And so we're sitting here doing what everybody else says. These other Mark podcasters. And some of these marks are actually in the business or were in the business, but they're still marks. Some of them might say, well, I don't watch Ring of Honor, so I don't care. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to tell you that if they did an angle on Ring of Honor, I don't know about it. I'm not going to say I don't care or that this match was random. I'm just telling you this match happened. So here it is. Lee Moriarty versus Dustin Rhodes. And wouldn't you know, Dustin Rhodes wins with an inside cradle. My God.
Wow.
How many inside cradles this week so far?
Yeah, it's a standard all across the board, including WWE. Artist, just quietly, he's not boinking Julia Hart. You're thinking of Shoddy.
No. Artist thinks all black people look alike. So first it's all white people. Now it's all black people. I know he thinks all Asians look alike, and he can't tell what country they're from. So that's probably 3 for 3. So that's why when he says Happy Gilmore 2 is funny, you can't trust him.
And by the way, I've put up the link for the Rock battling his health issues in the chat for anyone that wants to check it out. I just remembered to put it up there. Oh, sure you did, Artist. Yeah. Sure you did.
Well, you got it. Hey, look, it's the least we could do. We got to pay attention to him because it's a rare on a Sunday. It's a special.
It's true. It's true.
All right. So anyway, one thing I didn't say about the last, this is kind of relevant now. So at the end of Dynamite, when Hang Person said, I want to face you in a everybody banned from ringside match because I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone says, Tony Khan just told me it's official for next week. So he immediately confirmed it. Tony told Tony. Boom, on the spot. It's done. He said it. It's done. I'll do anything this man with the perm and butterfly pants says. Just no questions asked.
Doesn't that come across as even more bullshit? Like it's totally bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
but whatever. It's nothing we haven't said before, so we're not going to spend no time on it. No. However, after Dustin wins with an inside cradle, here comes Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher out, and yada, 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 yada. And next week, Dustin wants a Chicago street fight with Kyle Fletcher.
What does that mean? What's the difference? Is it guns?
It means they're in Chicago and it's a street fight. And then again, like immediately, even faster than the main event of Dynamite, Tony tells Tony it's official.
Well, I mean, and apparently Lee Moriarty, by the way, Vet, is still the pure champion.
Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Leclerc.
I knew it.
Josh says Tony to Tony connection. The Tony to Tony connection. I like it.
Good stuff. All right. All right. So we get a promo from Juice and One Gun.
One Gun. Why? I don't know. But
One Gun salute.
Still, one gun. Bang. No bang.
Yeah,
bang.
the other gun's hurt.
Well.
So now correct me if I'm wrong, because I just want to understand. Last time One Gun got hurt, I don't remember which one it was, but they were both gone forever.
That's right.
So like
Correct.
Now they're like, okay, we can't do that again. So we're just gonna have the One Gun because now Juice is available.
Well, that's
because he was also injured before.
Yeah, I mean they all were, including Jay White. Apparently, still injured. He should be better by now at this point, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
which is sort of I don't like. The longer this is going on with Jay White, I can't. Anyway, you screw up Jay White, Tony. I don't know, man. They'll piss me off bad, just quietly. But anyway, yeah. So now we got one Robinson, one Juice, basically, and one gun. So one ball sack between the two of them.
Yep.
I mean, shit.
Schiavone has some. This is the point in the show where Schiavone says his words about Hulk Hogan, acknowledging Hogan. This is the only time they can't do anything for it because they're not allowed to use any of the footage. So there's nothing they have access to. They can't do any sort of tribute like WWE did. So this is the best they can do.
New Japan did. So everyone else had footage, whatever, but they couldn't find some obscure indie something or like just anything.
No, they can't because WWE owns it all. And the New Japan stuff was New Japan Hogan stuff.
Right, true. That's a good point, actually.
Because he worked there.
But you're right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, they could have. New Japan could have loaned some of their footage to AEW, but they didn't.
Also, do you think? And this is what doesn't sit well with me with Schiavone's little thing. I felt like they were forced to actually acknowledge Hogan. 100%. Otherwise, they would have done it at the start, dude.
I mean, clearly they had their own. Like, he of course was barred from every event that they ever had.
His wife, his ex-wife, was also barred. Did you know that?
Yes. So I don't know, but whatever it was, yeah, I don't care. They acknowledge it, so
yeah.
I'm not gonna comment on it because I don't understand what went into it, what they weren't able to do, what they wanted to do. I don't know. I have no idea. So
there was only like 4 wrestlers that acknowledged Hogan, even on Twitter, bro. Like literally from AEW, including the Bucks, surprisingly.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. So Lexi's backstage and Tony slides up on her and knocks the color out of the frame.
That was cool though. I love that, bro. That was a cool spot because it surprised me. Because you see her running and it's color and then whoosh, it just went into black and white. And she was funny, bro. She killed it here, dude. I actually found her extremely funny.
Yep. As usual, funny. Next is the Learning Tree versus the Bang Bang Gang. And
surprisingly a decent match, dude. I actually didn't mind it.
Yep. And this is also part of the Forbidden Door tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yep.
So.
Oh, thank you, Josh. Colton Gunn apparently has got a knee injury, by the way.
Yeah, well, they showed, like, during the promo, they showed, like, the footage of him getting carried off in their return match, you know?
Right. Yeah, they did. They did show that. Absolutely. And Zane, I'm not gonna answer that question because it's stupid. But
so basically, so they have their match there, and then Big Business Bad Apple Bounty Hunter Brian McKee tries a roll up on the Gun Kid, or on Juice, but then Gun reaches in and rolls the roll up back on him, and the Bang Bang Gang advances. So
I miss their theme. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Bang Clan or Gang, theme song is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, Final Boss is here. Hey, Final Boss.
Hey.
Yeah, make sure to get your heart checked out, Final Boss. So
Shit.
Next we see the Outrunners and Bucks get a package for some reason. They'll have the next match in the tournament is why, but
I'm actually looking forward to that match. Except, I'm assuming the Bucks are going to get over, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. It's a little intriguing, but they have to get a win back, right? Unless they make them total losers, and that's the story.
Could.
I hope.
It's now's never been a better time.
Right. I mean, I'm hoping they go down that way. But
they have a built-in excuse to just do jobs from now on.
And they did a good little package to hype the match up. So I'm actually looking forward to it. It should be an actual banger of a match.
Should. Then Don Callis talks to Shane. What's his name?
What's it called? From the
Taylor. Shane Taylor. Sorry.
Shane Taylor Promotions, bro.
Yeah.
Why does that always happen? Like, even if you're forgetting, even though I know, then I forget for some.
Well, there's a few Shanes here and there throughout the history of wrestling. I was trying to remember them all. So Don is talking to him about the money split for this $400,000 match. It's coming up.
Can I ask, why is it every week? Is it a weekly thing now that we're wrestling for money? Is that?
I guess it's such a hit that Tony wants to just shower money on these guys for bonuses.
Could have fooled me, Vet. I mean, shit. I didn't realize it was such a hit.
All right. Next is the Max Caster Open Challenge.
I'm confused. Didn't we see this match?
Yes, we did.
Wasn't it last week?
No.
Or the week before? It was recently. It feels like it was real.
It was
recent.
a long time ago.
Was it? No shit. It felt like it wasn't long ago, dude.
It was the re-debut of 5-Tool Player.
Okay. Well, it felt like yesterday for whatever reason. But you know what's interesting? Is Max getting over now suddenly? And I mean, good on Bowens. He started acting up as the heel when the crowd were actually cheering for Caster. If you notice, Bowens actually sort of, I don't know if it was off the cuff, but he started working total heel in the match, which I actually appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what ended up happening, because of course he beats him like everybody does, but Billy was out there. And if you remember the last time we saw them, Billy said he had an idea for how to help Bowens get back on track. Right. This is the next time we see them after that. So does Billy think we need to get the band back together? Is that what he's trying to say? Like,
it's funny that you bring that up because there's been rumors of that happening. And you know what? At this point, just put them back together. They need another. They were decent as a tag team, man. At one point, I was actually a fan of the Acclaim. Many years ago, though, now.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Yeah, I mean, why break them up? I think it's time to bring them together. I just feel like what was the whole point of this Max Caster Open Challenge where he was a total loser anyway? He just can't win a match.
Well, I don't know either, but I think the idea is if you're trying to tell the story of you guys had something together and then when you went your own way, it didn't work out for either one of you,
right?
Then okay, mission accomplished. The only problem with that is they brought Bowens back and they kind of had him as a little push at first.
Right.
So then he went into a slump. So, I mean, I guess it works as well as anything else. I'm not mad at it.
It's lazy though. Still, they could.
What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do?
Freaking, let's have actual promos in the ring, which they don't do. They don't really do those.
They did that.
Promo.
Don't you remember when they broke up? They had that whole thing.
I know, but that one time, that's it. You know what I mean? We're done. Like, have you noticed there's never two guys in the ring anymore at the same time doing a promo? It feels like in AEW, it's always one guy and then the other guy will come out at the very end of the promo. Then we get a little fisticuffs, and that's that.
Yeah. Well, what else?
Whatever.
I mean,
I just expect more, man. That's all. It's just wrestling. That's all I'm saying.
Who told you to do that? Who told you to expect more? Haven't I been telling everybody not to expect more?
You're right, but I still, God damn it. Anyway.
And also, when have you ever gotten more that you should expect more?
A long time ago, they used to do a lot better. Let's be real. I mean, they really did, man. Like, and I'm talking about 4 or 5 years ago at this point. That was the last time they actually done something half decent. But like the final boss engaged says, it's bad soap opera. If you even want to call it soap opera.
Even soap operas, that's the problem. Like, soap operas they never stop going.
Whoops. Yeah, that's true.
The soap operas never stop going. So, like, if you watch a soap opera every single week for years and decades, like, they're going to do the same old shit over and over again. You're going to be bored of that too. So this is the curse of like having too much content that you need. Like, now, first you had 2 hours to fill. Now you got 4 hours to fill. Like, you got to have something every week. And then people are like, well, we've seen it. It's like, I get it, but what else are they going to do? You can't, everything is not going to be, first of all, everything was never good, but now your expectations are so high. You want more out of this whole thing.
Let me rephrase that. Yeah, he could probably write about that, but let me rephrase that. It was better than WWE at the time at one point.
Yeah, but it still wasn't good. It's just that WWE was so bad, so god-awful bad.
And even now, WWE is not really looking too well. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's continue on, though, on sifting through this damn collision.
Well, Lexi is with the matriarchy, and AR Fox comes in and interrupts them.
Why? Again.
I guess we'll find out later.
Right. I guess.
Because the next thing we have is the big money match. It's Archer and Hechicero from the family teaming with the infantry from Shane Taylor Promotions versus Ishii, Hologram, and the Outrunners.
Can I ask, what's happened to
the Beast Mortals?
Well, he had to disappear. When Mercedes has disappeared, he has to disappear.
I was just going to bring that up too. I mean, are they on holidays? Are they've gone overseas somewhere? What's going on? Jesus Christ. Anyway, whatever.
All right. So anyway, this match is happening, and then Shane Taylor just starts blatantly interfering, and I couldn't even tell if the referee could see it or not, but he just starts beating the shit out of, who was it? I think it was Ishii. He just started punching him, and then, or Hologram maybe, but then the Paragon came out. So Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong ran off Shane Taylor, which is like, wait a minute, Shane Taylor could eat both of these guys. Why is he running away? But he ran away. He ran into the crowd. And it just makes me sad because I'm like, what are they doing with this guy? And then the Outrunners hit their finish on one of the infantry guys and they win. So the Outrunners get a strong win and some money heading into their match with the Young Bucks.
Which obviously means they're going to lose now next week. Unfortunately.
Because we know the strong win leads right into a normal loss.
It's too predictable, man. It's too predictable, this company. But yeah, unfortunately for them.
But good news.
What's that?
Dark Friends
have
a new name. You could try this out with the voice, Jimmy. Try Triangle of Madness out. How does this sound?
The Triangle of Madness.
Maybe I should do it like this.
The Triangle of Madness. Yay!
I'm not sure if those aren't very similar, actually. It doesn't seem to matter. When you're the Triangle of Madness, it doesn't matter.
And what does that mean? What's the Triangle of Madness? They're all mad? Is that what it means?
I don't know if they're mad, like crazy.
Because they seem pretty chill to me, Vet. I don't know. I'm just seeing things. They're very calm to me. I don't see no madness out of these women.
Yeah. I don't know. Liz doesn't like it.
I'm sending them to the Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda
so
Triangle
just
of
disappear,
madness.
so they could just fuck off.
Right. Yeah, it's not.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. They're trying it out. Okay.
Whatever. I guess.
I mean, the Hounds of Hell is already over, or the whatever they were called.
They're done now.
Yeah, it's already a wrap on that. So we got to do something. But anyway, yeah. So just in case anybody has no idea, whatever we're talking about, this is Dark Julia, Dark Sky, and Dark Tekla.
The Triangle of Madness.
So monotone. Might as well go monotone.
Yeah.
It's a robot thing.
All right. So they're taking on Maserati, Laney Luck, and Rachel Ellering.
Yeah, I was surprised about Rachel Ellering.
Yeah, she's been hanging around Ring of Honor for sure.
She has, I believe. I know it's not her first appearance in AEW, but I hadn't seen her for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Tekla, hits the stomp. She does the curb stomp on somebody for the win. And then Queen Aminata runs down with a chair. And then for some strange reason, Megan Bain just comes out and attacks her and hits her with the Liger Bomb. Is she a dark friend too? Is it going to be a square of madness?
I mean, it should be a square, but I have no idea what's going on, except she's a goddess, so I have no idea what's up with this. But
is she a goddess of madness?
It sounds better than, what was it again? The madness of what? Triangle of Madness?
And what about Penelope? If she joins, will it be a Pentagon of Madness?
That sounds a lot better now. I like that.
Let's just keep adding sides to this thing until
can we go
until we get the dodecahedron of madness or whatever it is.
Jesus Christ. The octagon of madness. We can go all sorts of ways. Yeah, the pentagram of madness, that makes more sense. Because it's demonic.
All right. So Lexi's with Stoke, and Stoke tells Cope, "Hey, pick on someone your own size, man."
I like this again.
Yeah, and then he also called Juice Robinson a side piece.
Well, he kind of ain't wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, he was. Maybe not right now because he'll be the guy of this group for whatever it is. But
well, for what it's worth, do you think that when you were looking at the full Bang Bang Gang, did you look at Juice as above the guns or below the guns?
I would say at first that he was above the guns, I think. They're pretty much on the same level, but I think you have to put Juice above. Surely, right? But it's hard. It's hard to tell.
Well, so he's calling him a side piece, but I mean, I get it. He's just insulting him, but
he could have done better, though. He could have said much better things. But anyway, it is what it is. But
all right. In the weirdest one of the night, Lexi's with Hologram and Ishii, and you just know nobody was going to say anything. And sure enough, here came Kyle with Roderick, and Kyle was definitely celebrating the sort of reunion of the conglomeration. And yeah, they're gonna definitely need to do something, because if Adam Cole is gone, then the Paragon is done. There's no
just end it, man.
Yeah, we can't do this anymore. You might as well they might as well just join the conglomeration and make that the focus.
Just kill it now, man. Kill it right now, damn it.
Yep. All right, now we have Kip and Nick versus Fox and Angelico.
Where did he appear from again, Angelico? I'm spewing he's not doing this anymore, though. You know what I mean? To me, that was the most amusing thing about him. It actually used to make me laugh. He's a decent wrestler, I guess.
Yeah, and it was a decent match, but they got a lukewarm tag, not a hot tag. It was lukewarm, but Fox definitely made a big comeback. And as they were chanting for AR Fox in this building, and as we've noticed for the past few weeks, we've been, I've been at least paying attention and keeping an eye on it. I don't personally care for AR Fox or anything, but just noticing again, we're talking about accidentally or organically or whatever. They may have something with AR Fox here.
To be fair, Vet, he's pretty popular, man, in general. Even like away from AEW on the independent scene, that I've seen. He gets pretty big pops for whatever reason, but okay. Even if it's organic or accidental, it's gonna go nowhere anyway, dude. Are we really expecting this to go somewhere with him? I highly doubt it. Even
Maybe.
if he is over.
Well, I'm not telling you that it is or it isn't. What I'm
Right.
saying is looking at it, at the landscape and what they can do and the crowd reactions, this is where you could take AR Fox and you could, the fact that you've just been using him as a job guy this entire time, he hasn't won a single match against anybody that I can remember. But this is your chance to sort of like take that, which you've already done with him, and make that the angle, because people are definitely ready for him to win a big match. So if you want to lead up to, if you've got something where he can do that and it fits in your plans, it may be time to pull the trigger on that. So
Well, you know what they're gonna do then? He'll probably end up becoming number one contender for no reason for the TNT Championship, and that's his ceiling right there.
maybe so. But
That's what I can see. I don't. See
I'm
him
not
going any
here to
further.
I'm not here to advise them or to guess what they're going to do, but I'm just telling you, like,
You should advise him though, Vet.
here, my advice is you have something with AR Fox, so keep using him, and for now keep beating him, because it's making the people want to see him win.
Right, for sure.
So
This is a
whatever
people
you've
thing.
done, you jobbing him out has accidentally worked in your favor, and you can capitalize on it. That's all I'm saying. But it ain't going to be here because Nick tags himself in for the kill switch, or he actually asks Kip to tag him back in. He doesn't tag himself in. He says, here, tag me in. Or maybe his mom said, whatever. Either way, he comes in and hits the kill switch on Angelico. So we knew that was going to happen.
They did.
So then Renee is with Chris Statlander, and she is still on Willow Nightingale. Won't let it go.
No way.
And finally, we get to the main event. It is Alex Windsor versus Athena for the Ring of Honor Championship.
Yeah, where was this gonna go? It was gonna go nowhere other than Athena, dude. Let's be real.
I don't know if Collision deserved this match, but
They
I definitely deserved this match.
You did.
After all I had to sit through,
Hey,
I deserved this.
and it wasn't a multi-man main event for once.
No.
I mean, seriously, when was the last time we had a singles main event on Collision? I can't remember.
No, it was a championship singles match, and thank goodness. There was a point where Athena just like was outside and she's like, "This is my show now," and I was
Yeah.
like, "God, I hope so. Please, God, let this be Athena's show now, please. Just anything, please, please." And then shortly after that, Athena chants broke out with her as the heel, by the way, and it was, you could definitely see that, like, they want Alex Windsor to be, what's her name? Jamie Hayter.
Oh, the old Jamie Hayter more so.
No,
than anything?
they want, yes, they want, well, not that they want her to be the person, they want her
No,
to take
I
that
get
role.
you. Right, yes. I totally understood what you
Like,
meant.
we lost Jamie Hayter, she's injured. We need an English chick.
Substitute.
Stick her in here.
Another English chick.
Get in there. Get in there.
Well,
And so, but here's the problem. Athena's supposed to be the heel. We're supposed to like Alex Windsor, but number one, it's too soon for her to be in that position because she just got here,
right.
and nobody
No one-
cares. Like,
Exactly.
anytime she would do anything, they would not cheer her because it's like they're still like, who are you? Like, they just don't. She hasn't been around long enough to care. She's just been slotted into this. And so the people are just like, whatever. There was a point where she did the whole baby face, like, come on. And nobody came on. Nobody,
Yeah,
definitely
because-
nobody came on. No one made a single noise.
They gave you no reason to really care, though, either. They just slotted
No,
her
they
in,
didn't.
and that's that. So that's on them. You know what I mean?
And Athena was trying to, like,
Fill
heal
it up,
and get the
right.
people, but they just wouldn't turn on her because they know her more.
And she
Like,
was trying to talk shit to the fans too, and that didn't even work, dude.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But yeah, this match was good. Like especially after everything else.
Oh, it's a good break. Put it that way.
I think it's funny whenever and they beat the shit out of each other too, which, you know, in a good way. And so I really enjoyed that. But I always wonder, like, so there was a spot where Athena drop kicked her and she went flying back in the guardrail, and Tony Schiavone was like doing the John Woo style drop kick. And I just like, when I hear him say that, I'm like, does Tony Schiavone even know who John Woo is? Like, does he have any clue? Does he even know at all what he's talking about when he says that?
Hey,
I just
John
wonder.
Woo's a Chinese, legend in terms of directing movies. He's, I mean, shit, he's one of the best.
But does Tony
His
know
movies are
that?
great. He probably doesn't. I highly doubt it. I wonder if it was Tony Khan that was in his ear to say that.
I'm sure he was, or Excalibur saying it all those times. But
That's
I'm
true.
just like, I'm also like, when was that ever in a John Woo? Like, I don't remember. Was that in Hard Boiled?
Wow.
Is that the movie where they did the drop kick like that? I don't remember.
Maybe it was from the video game also. Remember the video game that came out? The John Woo's, I forgot what it was called.
Stranglehold.
Was it Stranglehold? Wasn't there another one? Oh, no, I think
Nope.
it was Stranglehold. Maybe it was from that.
Yeah. Maybe it was. I didn't play it, so I'm not sure. It could have been. But anyway, after Athena power bombs Alex Windsor off the guardrail, and she goes splat, and then she rolls her in the ring and she hits the O face on her. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And like Final Boss says, it was really entertaining. It didn't feel like AEW. Yeah, that's the power of Athena.
Right.
I've been telling you guys about Athena, just like I've been telling you guys about everybody else, from Stephanie to whoever out there. I've been telling you years ahead of time. So this is your, you've already been hearing me talk about Athena. Nothing new. So afterwards, Billy gets some heat because during the match, Alex Windsor took her and threw her into the steel stairs. Good. So now, by this time, she's recovered and she's kicking Alex Windsor, and they're going to go and they're going to she's going to do the Meteora into the stairs thing. And here comes Tony Storm. That is, she's wearing her belt and she starts hitting everybody with Mongolian chops. So it's just a total rib. Like, we just had a good ass women's match where they worked hard and fought, and it looked serious and it looked like they were trying to hurt each other, and it looked like wrestling was a little less fake for a second. And here comes Tony Storm wearing the belt, Mongolian chops for everybody. Total rib.
He's a rib, absolutely 100. I agree with you.
Tony puts Athena in the chicken wing.
Oh yeah.
Billy comes in with the metal clipboard, bonks her on the head. And then Windsor gets back up. And then now they're all four fighting. And
can't fight.
Yeah.
As Joey Styles would say.
Right. Yeah, but they weren't just pulling each other's hair and tearing at each other's clothes. They're actually fighting.
Not these women.
And
right.
the baby faces ran everybody off, and Athena was cowering outside while Tony Storm was throwing a wrist tape at her. So we had a good match, and we ended with kind of goofy comedy, but you know what? I'll overlook it just this once.
Well, okay, fair enough. But, sometimes I do feel that with Tony Storm, they got to, relax a little bit on the comedic stuff, to an extent. She doesn't have to be funny all the way through. Like you said, the Mongolian chops, for crying out loud. Come on. Why can't she be a little more serious as she's running to the ring and actually, brawl properly and not, be a joke, basically? That's the only thing that gets to me a little bit, but still... it is what it is. Scott Wolford's in the house saying, "Hi, Vet. PlayStation is officially third party. Exclusives are dead. Lol. Happy Sunday." Actually, Scotty, I just wanted to say Xbox is dead. They're giving all their.
He's got to go. He's got to go all in on Microsoft because he's already put all his eggs in that basket. So he's trying to.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Well, it's the other way around, really, Scott. Come on now. Anyway.
I mean, when we see
But-
Kratos show up on the Switch too, then we'll worry. But
Oh my God! Wait, is that is there talk of that?
Jimmy, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Anyway,
that's
let's
never
just
gonna
end
happen.
this show because we're already
Come
way
on.
over.
It is. You're right. Obviously, we spoke Hogan for quite a bit, but yeah, Vet, we've gone over 2 hours and 11 minutes, and in saying that, tell them what you're up to. What are you doing, and what are you playing today?
I don't know. At Opinion Haver everywhere. You know where to find me on HMG. You know where to find me outside of HMG. You know that you can find Wrestling with Rib Rogers. You know you can find. Oh, and by the way, Sin Bodhi was on the Wrestling with Rib Rogers as a guest this week. So check out my old OVW
Kazani?
buddy Sin. Huh?
Isn't he Kazani?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, from back in the day. Fine.
Yeah,
I haven't
that
seen
guy.
him in ages. I'm excited for Timmy's Limpin' and Easy show also this week.
Yes, this week Timmy's limping ain't easy. He had Patrick
Velveteen
Clark.
Dream. Right.
Yep, the Velveteen Dream. So go check out that interview. Check out Stevie Richards' show. It was a little late, but he put up his episode, and he put up a bonus episode just about Hulk Hogan there. So you got a double shot of Stevie Richards, almost 3 hours of Stevie Richards' show to enjoy, and that'll do it for me. Jimmy, what about you?
Well, as far as I go, next for me on the table, it's I Like a Raw, your Raw wrestling review show, Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. with myself and Big Ray, obviously talking about Monday Night Raw. But after that, on Wednesdays, Vet, you forgot to mention this, but it's your show with Big
I
Ray.
didn't forget.
Hernandez.
I said they knew where to find me everywhere.
Oh, well, okay, well, you know where to find him, but I'll put it over anyway. The Next Level NXT Wrestling Review Show with, of course, the best in the world, The Vet and Big Ray Hernandez, Wednesday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss out on that. Also, the Monday Locker Room. And it says it right there, on Monday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is usually Bin Hamin and, of course, R to the B to the V, and the Impact Attack with Brandon and the Vet, Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Am I right about that, Vet?
That's right.
For the Impact Attack. And I think that's about it, man. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams, and you've been listening and watching The Wreckage.
The Wreckage.
I took it off you. I don't even know why. What the hell? But anyway, right here on Humming Media Group's YouTube channel, and of course, channelattitude.com after the fact. I want to thank all of y'all that joined us today in the chat. You're always amazing. You're great. And please keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep sharing the word, because again, thanks to all of y'all, our numbers are going up. Our subscriptions have gone up. We're over 1,200 now, Vet. It wasn't long ago where we were, fighting to get that 1,000 mark, but now we're over 1,200. So we appreciate all of y'all for doing that, that work for us, because, we really need it. And that's about it. So in saying that, till next time, peace.